Well, good afternoon. And this is going to be a slightly different version of Weekly Spark. Let me start with a little tour. I sit here when I'm art journaling. I have this cart with sprays, large brushes, my favorite foam stamps on the second shelf, water-soluble crayons, stamp pads. Cart in the corner, the top of it is folders. It's folders of paper, it's folders of Xeroxes, it's folders of things I've torn out of collages. We've got crayons, backup watercolor, the tubes that I need to refill my trays. So those sit behind me. When I'm sitting down, directly to my left are my sketchbooks, paper towels, and tapes. When I'm sitting down, I have all of these watercolors, water cup, markers, all my more water-soluble media, my full set of Tombow markers, more brushes, like all that is to my left. What you normally see is right here. I've got the blue tape to help me frame the shot when I'm filming. And then to my right, water bottle, coffee. On the spinner, I've got all the mediums: gel, matte medium, texture medium. Well, not texture, but molding paste, modeling paste and stuff. And then there, in this little, document holder, are all the stencils. So if I pan back and show you the table, well, it looks relatively clean right now. It's because I spent about an hour and a half cleaning it already before I went to the eye doctor, and then realized this might be an interesting process to you, and I was kind of musing philosophical about coming back to the weekly videos since I had taken the month off. I also have had my eyes dilated, so it's hard to see in lots of detail. So let me put the camera, turn it around, and put it in the holder. We'll talk for a minute. Welcome back. It's been a month. It feels like it's been a day. It feels like it's been a year. Time really can be so challenging lately. I recorded a really short video when I said I was taking the month off. I was stretched so thin. I was like a rubber band that was about to break. This year, for the first year, I did the Delaware Renaissance Festival, and it's been going nicely. It's not crazy, huge volume of sales, but we're 2 weekends in, 2 out of 3. So there's 1 weekend left, and it's been very nice. I've gotten to see friends from high school and grade school. Delaware is a small state. I've met some nice new people. So all in all, definitely it's been a positive. But I wasn't sure what to expect, and it was making me kind of go into like uber preparedness mode. I wasn't going to be sure if, the volume of tiles and jewelry that I had for a regular show was going to be enough for a show that ran 3 weekends. And I just was really overwhelmed. So now that is in progress and nearing completion, that's taken one stressor off the table. But it's given me a little bit of time with the break from art journaling to start to, I need to think about art journaling. And by that, I mean, I've missed it and I haven't. I miss doing spontaneous pages for me that I don't have a plan, that I don't have to, prep for or explain. I know, I don't have to explain things on my videos. That's fine. You'd be happy probably watching the process and listening to, the YouTube music. Yes. So that is a perspective shift for me. I do miss the process. I do miss the materials. I miss playing with the materials. I miss the tactile satisfaction of manipulating the art supplies. But in some ways, working on, coming to a second year of 1 video a week, it's made the art journaling feel like a job. I mean, it's become part of my job. And in that, then it feels like some of the spontaneity is taken out of it, and it becomes a little bit more work and maybe a little less joyful for me. So I'm going to finish out this year, but then I want to reevaluate where the channel is going to go next year. Maybe have some beading videos and have some mixed media videos and have some art journaling videos, but not have it be 100% art journaling. I think I need to loosen it up a bit and film shorter things and have to worry about editing less and just keep it a little bit more spontaneous overall. So, thinking thoughts and really having no answers yet, but starting to ponder where I want to go and how things might change. If I'm going to get back to art journaling, well, technically, Wednesday, the day you're seeing this, should be the first video for the month of November. And instead, I'm cleaning my desk. Cleaning my workspace is really a ritual to me. It is something that I'll try and have, if I've done a huge batch of glazing and tons of tiles and fired the kiln and packed everything for a show, I actually like to leave the workspace in my studio relatively clean, so relatively organized. So when I come back, it doesn't feel oppressive, so that it's more inviting to get back to work, to jump into things. The art journaling table here in the studio kind of just got everything dumped on it because it's in the center of the room. And so I started cleaning it today, and I think I want to do a little bit more of that now. The bead table I cleaned last week, enjoying these days in between the weekends of the Delaware Renaissance Festival where I can have a little bit of downtime. And the mixed media table, definitely, I cleaned that too after I did a batch of bead mosaics for a holiday show at a local gallery. So I'm coming to the point in my show schedule for the year where things are starting to wrap up, where I get to have that kind of quiet winter hibernation, introspection period where I can explore or rest or read and research and plan and devise new things. I'm really looking forward to the month of December because I've deemed that Greek Women Month, and that is in preparation for the class, the art journaling class that will start in January. So that is a spoiler if you've been following along. Yes, we're going to be looking at some strong-willed women from Greek myth. Different from the goddesses and the deities and the cryptids and the creatures that I often look at. This time looking at, for the most part, mortal women. Many of whom I think got a bad rap, and so I want to reinvestigate their stories, kind of with a modern retelling. So yeah, put a pin in that if you're interested. There will be more information coming soon about signups and about the time frame and whatnot, but that will start in January. So yeah, the time for me to then start to get to do this fun research and start a new thing. So if I'm going to get back to art journaling for these weekly sparks for November and December, I need to clean my table. It hurts my heart a little bit that my travel journal from Hawaii, which was July, is not nearly done. So I want to have some room to finish that before the calendar year ends. I mean, the memories are intense and it was beautiful and a fabulous experience, but I don't want to let that go too long before I finish the things that are planned in that book. So yeah, just a little philosophical, and I find the cleaning of it kind of cathartic. It not only feels like it's freeing up some space, both mental and physical, but it also, sometimes it's nice to find things that got piled underneath a pile of things, in your stash, and that might be a journal page right there that you find this great thing you pulled out of a magazine. So I'm not going to have you watch me do lots of cleaning, but I will flip the camera down to the work table and show you one thing that I am going to tackle right now with this cup of coffee. is all my folders. I think I would like to get my folders with stencils stored on that blue cart where I showed you these all lived, so that they would be right behind me, behind my left elbow, and easy to grab. That would free up like a strip of table, which while it's only 6 inches by 18 inches, it's a big strip of table. That would help a lot. That's a whole nother sketchbook open drying. So I want to try and clear off a little bit more of my surface. So I'm going to sit down with my cup of coffee and go through some of my folders and sort what can be on the cart but not on the top shelf. What do I want to have in close reach? You know, I've got this folder that's bursting, and this is stuff pulled out of magazines. It's got some Xeroxes in it, but it's mostly magazine pieces that I am willing to cut and put directly into a collage. But then I have another Davies-Reazor magazine, which I'm still going into. It has beautiful, I mean, look at that. That is so me. It has some beautiful photo shoots, but it also has a bunch of stuff that I've pulled out and stuck in it. So that's like magazine references. This is an envelope of all different Xeroxed images that a friend shared with me. So that's got to go in a Xerox pile. This folder, bursting open, is all Xeroxes to use for transfers. A lot from some of the copyright-free Dover publication books that I have. Okay. But then this folder is all Xeroxes too, and this is surplus from the seasonal cycles class. Here's a fox for fall, here's Day of the Dead, here's some wheat. So this is all Xeroxes, right? That's 3 folders now of Xeroxes. This folder is Xeroxes too. Great. Some in color, some in black and white. Okay. This folder is a mishmash. That's really got to be figured out. I don't even know what to say about that. This purple folder is all old antique paper, really precious things, kept a little separate. This one, jelly prints, and part of a poster from a burlesque show that was so fabulous, amazing, that I kept it to use all these goddesses and women in collage forms. That's the mishmash folder. And then this is stuff I've bought. Yummy. But that's like the commercial folder. So that's got to be streamlined. This has to be cleaned up a little bit. There is no way I'm going to use every single Xerox of deer or sons or whatever. So I'm going to be brutal, and I'm going to make a recycling pile. I'm going to put on some music or maybe a movie on Netflix, and I'm going to clean. So hopefully, I'll probably edit and post this video before I get all of this done. But the goal is to clean off the stencil folders and gain myself a little bit of table space. And so then hopefully next Wednesday, when I show you an actual art journal page video for the next Weekly Spark, hopefully I can show you more table space and give you the update on the situation. So for right now, I'm going to let you go, but I do thank you for tuning in. As always, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, subscribe to the YouTube channel, all the things. And if you want some art journaling inspiration, check out some of the older videos, but know that next week I will be back to making pages happen. All right. Thanks, you guys. That's all for now. Take care, and I'll see you soon.